This week's activity is called Rescue the Tiger. You're going to need to find yourself a space for you to be able to participate in. I would ask a parent or a guardian for them to suggest or recommend you a space. You could do this in the living room, a hallway, a backyard, a front lawn if that's what you have. Maybe there's a area big enough for you to do in a room. Wherever they may suggest or recommend, I will also agree with that. Okay. The objective of this activity is for you to knock down the middle target. We're going to be working on our overhand throwing skills. Just a reminder, we're going to be using our preparation phase, our execution phase, as well as our follow through phase. If you have not watched the video on this lesson above, please go watch that and then come back to this video so then we can get on with the activity. Now, you're going to have to find yourself an area for you to participate in. You're also going to find yourself 5 targets. Okay, you can use cereal boxes, books, DVD cases, CD player, whatever you may be able to find around your house. Use it as a target. You can even use a pillow if you want. Okay, as long as they're able to stand it up. A can of corn, a can of beans, a box of spaghetti is also fine, but just know if you're using a box of spaghetti, you may break the spaghetti and the noodles. So be aware of that. You're going to set up your activity area like this. One target here, one target there, one target there, one target there. They don't necessarily have to be symmetrical. I just like it for that reason. And then a stuffed animal on top of the middle target. Okay, rescue the tiger. Fundamentally is based on rescuing this middle tiger. Okay, we're going to have the first example I'm going to show you is myself versus someone else. So here's Mr. Gilbert. All right, there we go. He's got his shoes on. Nice hair. All right, and my opponent. All right. Beautiful. So we are going to be using, normally we'd be using foam balls in this activity. Okay, if we were to do this in the gym. For today, we will be using rolled up socks. So we took 2 pairs of socks, put them together, rolled them up as even as possible to make 6 foam fake balls. Okay, so that I'd get 3, my opponent would get 3, and that's how we start off. We would gather the balls up, the socks up as we go throughout the game. Again, we're working on our overhand throwing skills, so we're throwing at our opponent's targets. So my opponent's over here, they have these 2 targets. I'm over here, I have these 2 targets. Now we're not doing anything to protect them, but we are trying to get our targets down as fast as possible so that we could then aim for the tiger. So we're throwing our objects in every which way. I've knocked down this target, I've knocked down this target, now I'm available to go for the tiger. My opponent's also going, she or he knocks down that target, and now that is available. At no point in time am I able to get the tiger without knocking down my opponent's targets. I'm only available to get the tiger once I've knocked down the 2 targets. So if I've only knocked down 1 target on their side, I can't go for it. Okay, if I go for it and knock it down, my opponent is the winner. Okay, same goes for my opponent here. Okay, so we're playing game. Okay, throwing back and forth, gathering as it goes. My opponent got one of them down. Oh, got one of them down. Keeps throwing. Oh, my opponent got another one down, but Mr. Gilbert comes back, knocks this one down. Fantastic. Throws again, knocks the tiger down, and wins the game. You could do this activity as a solo player as well. Okay, you can set up the activity as you would like. The tiger or your target does not have to be right in the center. It could be wherever you'd like. Your targets could be behind, in front, wherever, and all you're going to do is aim for the targets. Be about 10 feet away from your targets. Here we go. We're going to draw Mr. Gilbert playing as a solo player. He's got a stopwatch with him right over here, and he's got his equipment right there, and he is throwing. Now, Whether you're playing solo, double, or in a team, you may be in a room that has a couple obstacles, maybe a couple side tables, a couple couches, maybe a clock or whatnot. If your parents or guardians are okay with you keeping the objects there, they know it's not going to be too much of a disturbance or a hazard, then by all means keep it there. That's going to allow you to challenge yourselves a little bit more, because now you have an object in the way, you have an obstacle in the way. You are now going to have to change and adjust the angle in which you hit the target. That may cause you to go side to side, maybe forwards, backwards. It's going to vary the distance of the target as well. Now, you figuring out the trajectory, you're going to have to experiment with the amounts of force that you are going to need to use and adjust your speed and distance towards your target, all while doing the overhand throw. So if you want to keep objects and obstacles there, by all means, it'll be a little bit more of a challenge, but keep it there. It'll be good practice for overhand throws. So there you have it, boys and girls. It is rescue the tiger, with the main goal of rescuing the final tiger after knocking down the objects. Play as a solo, play as a duo, play with your family or whoever you are quarantined with. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you have an amazing week. Alright, boys and girls, so for this lesson you're going to need 5 pieces of equipment that are going to be able to stand up on their own. I have pylons. I stole them from the school. On top of the pylons I have 4 mandarins, tangerines, oranges, whatever you like to call them. If I knock them down, then I eliminate them, and then I could go after the tiger to rescue it. Boys and girls, throwing, I'm going to use socks. I've rolled them up into balls. The bigger the socks, or the more socks you use, the bigger the ball. The bigger the ball, the easier it's going to be for you to hit the target. And if you're outside like me, it's going to cut through the wind a lot easier. This small sock I'm just going to leave behind. I don't need it. If you have tennis balls, like these, go ahead and use them. It'll be a lot easier. If you're doing this inside, please use socks. Okay, you don't want to ruin it. I've done it, boys and girls. That is how you effectively save the tiger. Good luck.